It's March 20th, so you know what that means. Another day in the worst year of our lives. And right off the bat, I need to address something. I think almost every podcast we've done up to this point, Dan has said the worst year of our life.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't remember.
So,
I kind of block all these out because...
And as much as I appreciate the communal nature of it and how we are all sharing one life, I think grammatically the correct syntax would be the worst year of our lives, which is what I have it titled as in everything I've uploaded so far. But I'm pretty sure most intros up to this point you have heard Dan say the worst year of our life. Dan is not here. He might not be here next time, but he will be the one after. And at this point, I will address this with him. And
what if it's
see how that goes. And that might be the last podcast.
What if it's individually, like, it's the worst year of my life,
your life,
and your
and
life,
my life,
and your life,
and his life. And collectively, the worst year of
our lives.
Life. It's weird.
It's weird.
Anyway.
Anywho.
More to the point.
March 20th.
March 20th. 2000. Y2K bug just hit.
Yeah. Surprised that everything's still functioning.
Computer systems are down. Have been for 3 months. And yet, Nitro perseveres. Coming to you from Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators.
Go Gators!
That's the sound Gators make?
That's the sound Gators
Kelly,
make.
flawless Gator impression. I'm Scott, that's Drew, that's Kelly. Hello, intros, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 never drew a dime, blah, 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 not even over.
Vanilla midget, blah, blah, blah.
You're too small to get over.
So, I don't want to alarm anyone, but this show opened with a promo.
With an NWO promo.
Can you believe it?
Well,
it started as a Sid promo.
It started as
Sid.
Mean Gene and Sid in the ring, and Sid started kind of just going off about stuff that
Sid
got lost.
Sid went off book, and that's never good.
Yeah. Incoherent rambling.
But remembered he's the master and ruler of the world.
Yeah.
And then kind of got back on track.
Yeah.
And then...
Only to be interrupted by, of course, the...
Who do you think is going to come out?
The soundtrack of 2000, the NWO theme.
And, well, was it the NWO theme, or was it...
Oh, maybe it was... It might have been Knockoff Kid Rock. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Might have been.
It was Knockoff Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Followed by his cronies and anti-Semites, the Harris Brothers.
Noted white supremacists, they're Harris Brothers.
Which led to a showdown of, hey, remember last pay-per-view, at the pay-per-view where I beat you and that ended our feud? Well, guess what? Our feud's going to continue.
This must continue.
What else is going on?
We have no one else.
Yep.
So we're going to keep feuding.
It's March 2000. Options are limited.
Very limited. Goldberg's still clinging to life.
Yeah, Goldberg's still having the 37 liters of blood put back into him.
Kevin Nash is at home faking an injury.
Yeah. Correct. No, a real injury. Slipped on ice, hurt his ankle.
Milking an injury.
Probably is milking it. I'll give you that.
Sting is gone for the time being.
Where the fuck is Sting? He's sort of around. He's around.
Isn't he
around
on the show?
No.
I thought he was
he
on
might
the
not
show.
be on this show. He
is on this show. Yeah. He wrestles Ric Flair.
He wrestles Ric Flair.
The very memorable Sting versus Ric Flair match.
Bravo. Yeah. But yeah, it's a real, like, limited selection of who can Sid feud with.
Yeah.
So, I want the title, blah, 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 blah. And what's the match he proposes for tonight?
He says that he wants to have a tag team match, because bitches love tag team matches.
That's true.
That if Jared and his partner win, he gets another title match. Okay. And if Sid and Sid's partner win, Jared never gets no more title matches.
Yeah.
So, Sid agrees. Jarrett then brings out his partner, because why waste time?
Yeah.
It's Big Scott Steiner.
Also, Sid calls everyone pigs.
Yeah. He calls everyone pigs, and because they are all pigs. Scott comes out with hookers, and
straight up prostitutes.
Cuts the Scott Steiner promo.
Yeah. Imagine a Scott Steiner promo. You got it.
Pretty much a shoot promo.
Yeah.
Because that's what Scotty does at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Then Hogan's music plays for a split second to
Ruin any surprise.
Spoil the surprise. To which then Sid announces that there's 20 guys in the back that would come out and be his partner, and then Hogan's music plays for real. Hogan comes out and cuts a dumb promo talking about how Jarrett's a slack-jawed honky and
What Yakavach?
and how he'll never do anything. So then, hey, look at that title match. Implications in the main event tag team match.
Yeah.
And then we move on to
Bullshit.
a Lex and Flair backstage promo.
Oh, yeah.
Where Luger forgets who he is what I wrote down.
Yeah, I think he referred to himself like not quite as Lex Luger and not quite as the Total Package, but somewhere in between.
Total Luger?
The Total Luger or something.
Lex Package, yeah.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Incoherent ramblings.
It was short.
The first match is Lash LaRue and Chris Candido.
Debuting Candido?
Debuting
I believe.
Candido.
Yeah. I was kind of psyched for it because I really like Candido. And Lash isn't great, but he's there, so I figured they could do something. They had a weird old match.
Yeah.
Is what they had.
It wasn't bad, but it was the thing. Like, that's the best way to describe
Yeah,
it.
there was some odd miscommunication.
You know what I just remembered in that match is the part where Candido overshoots him and then has to shuffle backwards so that he can roll him up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. And I'm sort of, because you got a couple things written down, I sort of remember both. There's the forced enziguri, which I think,
He picks up his foot, doesn't he?
picks up his own foot so he can do it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was blown elbow drop, which it was a crazy thing that looked like someone should have got hurt. I think Candido was on the second.
Yeah.
And something happened with Lash, and then Candido I think it was going to be a leg drop, but then Candido had to improv it into an elbow drop midair.
Yeah.
I think that was the deal.
Something like that.
Sorry,
Change direction.
Spoiler: we didn't just watch this match, so we're struggling to remember a couple of things. But we'll get you. We'll still walk you through it. We'll feed you, baby birds. Don't worry about it.
Cheep, cheep, cheep.
So yeah, Candido won.
Yep.
Regrettably
In
not.
3 minutes.
Regrettably not with a top rope powerbomb, the blonde bombshell, the best move ever.
Yes.
What did he win with?
I don't remember.
Results don't say.
It just says defeated.
All right.
Submission.
He hit him with a thing.
Yeah, he hit him with a thing.
Okay.
Dusty finish. Second, then there's a Rave and Lane backstage promo where they refer to Rizats like always.
Yep.
This is I thought it was funny at first, but we are only 4 weeks into them
Quickly
doing
become
this,
the worst act
and
in
it is
WCW.
so annoying.
Yeah.
I still have no recollection of them going under these names, by the way.
No.
Never.
Yeah.
Rave.
Rave.
Rave is wiped from my memory. There was never any Rave. There was Lodi. I didn't even really remember Idol.
But then he was going to get sued by Billy Idol.
Yeah, so he couldn't do that. But Rave is just a blank to me.
The next match is Fit Finley and La Parka.
Good on paper.
Yeah.
Good on paper. They
Love
only,
both guys.
They only go 2 minutes.
LaBarca takes that crazy bottom rope bump.
Bottom
when
rope
he was
bump.
flying
Yeah.
to the side.
The only things I wrote down are dumb La Parka gimmick, which is the mic
Oh,
the
voiceover
fucking
thing.
tie and tie gimmick.
The tie and tie gimmick, but they fuck it up.
They
do.
totally fuck it up.
Because he's not even holding the mic near his mouth and there's talking.
Yeah.
Because he forgot.
Yeah.
Then I wrote down blown finish.
yeah, there was a weird finish.
I don't remember what it was, though.
Well, who knows?
Who knows? And then I wrote down that Mark Madden made an obvious reference to something. Probably
To something.
probably something he shouldn't have been saying on...
Well, Mark Man's a fucking
Maybe
kid.
to the blown. Maybe he pointed out
Maybe
the blown
pointed
finish.
the blown finish, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think that was what it was.
Yeah.
He's a pig.
After that, we get a backstage segment where Vampiro breaks off his cast for
Right.
some silly reason, but his
Yeah.
arm is kind of perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get a Flair in-ring promo. He then... It's a David Flair in-ring promo where he then struggles to set up the table outside the ring.
Man, that was tough. Yeah.
And then he ends up getting the wall
Choke
gives
slam.
him a shitty choke slam through the table that David clearly doesn't want to take.
Yeah. Which they've already done before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Was David in the neck brace? I think
yes, he was still selling the last
the
choke
last
slam
time, and
wall,
then he was in it again.
I believe he took the neck brace off.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I'm woo, Flair. And then Then I remember him struggling to get that table out, and then Daphne is running around screaming because that's what she does. And
Yep.
that is also starting to kind of get on my nerves.
Starting?
Well, it always has, but like I forgot about it. So
The shrill screaming after 10 weeks is just starting to maybe I don't like this. But yeah, so that brings us to the highlight of the show. Kidman and Booker against the Harris Brothers.
Oh my god. I like how he wrote Harris Brothers and put a swastika beside it.
Fine note-taking, Drew.
Which
and
makes sense.
It's Kidman and Booker versus Harlem Heat 2000 crossed out, and then Harris Brothers. Was that a thing that happened? Was it going to be them, or did Drew just write down the wrong team?
I think we were expecting it to be Harlem Heat.
Because that was
what
the
we
natural
wanted.
match.
Yeah.
And
then
but it was Harris Brothers.
It was Harris Brothers. So, there's only really... he's got written down Harris Brothers fuck up Kidman spot.
How?
Oh, how? Yeah, I think it was something really, really simple.
Was it the You Can't Powerbomb Kidman spot?
No, it wasn't that.
Different Kidman spot?
It was something...
I'm trying to think what other Kidman spots he could even do to the Harris Brothers. He's probably not doing the sky high to them.
No.
Or...
I think it was something really basic. They just messed up.
Yeah. But that wasn't the most exciting thing that was messed up in this match.
The highlight was, I believe, during the comeback, Booker T gets tagged in and starts cleaning house, grabs one of the Harris brothers, sets him up for the bookend. He takes it like an old man slipping on his bathroom floor.
Like a bag of rocks.
Yeah. He doesn't even get him off the ground, so he kind of crumbles and falls. Here comes the next Harris brother. Okay, now he's gonna hit it good.
So the first one happened, and we all popped big.
Yeah.
And then we saw another one was coming, but nobody wanted to get their hopes up too much because let's not get greedy.
Yeah.
You can't hope to strike gold twice that quickly. That's like winning the lottery twice in one match. But then Booker hooks up either Big Ron or Heavy D, the second one, for another bookend, and it's worse than the first one.
Oh yeah, they both never even left their feet.
It was amazing. We all got out of our seats. They sold us the whole seat, but we only needed the edge.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that at that point in their careers, they were like, hey, if we just hang out with Jarrett, we don't have to do anything.
We don't have to do anything.
We don't have to bump. We don't even have to wrestle. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, you guys are taking a bunch of moves from Booker. Like,
what?
Fuck that.
If you got that sweet Warner contract or that sweet fucking Turner contract, then what do you really have to do? It's guaranteed
true.
money.
Guaranteed money.
But yeah, that match was for the titles, but it was a DQ. So they didn't.
Yeah.
Again, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think the bookends were post DQ.
Yeah. After that, you get the total package, not Lex Luger.
That's correct.
Against Vampiro with a broken arm.
But cast off. And
in the longest match of the night.
Yeah. And this match actually makes sense because Luger's the one who broke his arm.
So
that's all fine.
The thing I wrote down was that Luger no-sold a super kick.
Completely. I remember.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Might have been post match.
Or towards the end.
Towards the end because he took the super kick. Then
right before the finish.
Yeah,
right before the finish.
Had
Yes.
to do the finish or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Vampiro hits one of his signature moves.
Yeah.
And Luger completely no-sold it and then hit the finish.
Mm-hmm. I think it was flare distraction and Luger wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Elizabeth distraction?
Yeah, could have been.
I think it was Elizabeth's distraction.
Yeah. Was Elizabeth looking comfortable on camera?
Oh yeah, she natural performer.
Not terrified?
Just loves being on camera and the focus of attention.
Yeah.
Right here, and she's just gold.
You'd think after nearly 15 years she'd have gotten okay with it?
I'm sure she was pretty doped up at that point.
She was probably pretty, I'm using air quotes, Lugered up at this point.
Yeah. So after that, we get an NWO promo in the back with Mean Gene.
I love your one note for this promo.
Because fucking Scotty called him that.
Oh, Scotty. Okay, I assumed it was Steiner.
You think I wrote the wrong name?
Oh, no, I knew it was for a reason. I just love that that's the one note. Yeah, Drew's one note is Mean Gene Oakland.
Because that's what Scott Steiner called him.
Yeah.
That's right.
After that, we get a really bad heel Dustin promo.
Yeah.
Dustin as in Chuck Taylor.
Oh, Big Dust.
Dustin Rhodes doing garbage, whatever. Then the next match is a really forgettable Hugh Morris Norman Smiley match.
Right.
That the only thing that I wrote down was that they fucked up and played Hugh Morris's theme music as he was on the top
he was
rope
hitting
going
the
for
moonsault.
That's right.
So he climbed up, his music started to play, he hit the moonsault, 1, 2, 3, his music was still playing.
Yes. That was great.
Yeah.
Not even during the pin. Like, we're talking about he's going up
Yeah, he
for
hasn't
the
even
moonsault.
done the move yet.
It was
and-
hilarious.
Yeah. That was really bad. And then I wrote Blown Finish number 2, but I think I wrote Blown Finish because of the music.
It was that.
The next match up was Kurt Hennig and Dustin Rhodes.
That went like a minute.
They went a minute 50, and
Yeah.
there was DQ bullshit like usual. Mm-hmm. And then
Hennig's a face.
Hennig's a face.
Just sort of treading away. Like, he doesn't really have a feud. He's just there.
He's just wrestling.
Yeah.
Or like struggling to not die from
Yeah.
pain pills.
Because I didn't remember anything Hennig did post West Texas Rednecks. Like, he's just there.
He's just bloated.
Yeah. He's so puffy.
Yeah,
He's so puffy.
His whole gimmick was being bloated.
Yeah, it was a good gimmick. I do that gimmick sometimes.
Yeah, who doesn't? Then we get a Sid promo about him talking about Hogan. We then get a Sting promo talking about Flair, and he was
Flair.
in like the boiler room or whatever.
Crow's Nest.
The Crow's Nest, sure. Then after that is them trying to continue Tank Abbott's streak of murdering people.
Still in our Fave 5.
And this is round 2 against the
Barbarian, because they already
Yes.
did it once. So
Yeah.
my assumption is probably that they...
But they're setting up for him in
Building to
Setting
Ming.
up
That's
to
going to be
Ming.
awesome.
Yeah.
But my
Two toughest guys in
assumption
the Fed.
is that they probably had somebody else, and they were like, "Oh, so and so isn't coming. All right,
Yeah.
Barbarian, you're back in. You're under contract. Get out there."
Yeah.
But yeah, then they showed Ming in the back watching.
Was
the TV,
Barbarian
like
in odd gear?
No, this is Barbarian's thing now. He wears his gear, but he wears a shirt.
Yes.
yeah, gear and shirt. Even
Why
though
is he
he's
wearing
not
a
even
shirt?
in bad
Well,
shape.
probably because he's probably off his cycle, so he's
He
probably
could be
got,
off the
like,
cycle,
Yeah.
and he could also be seeing everyone else in the locker room also wearing a shirt, and just saying, "Oh, I guess
Fuck
guess it'd be weird if I didn't wear a shirt."
Yeah, WCW wearing shirts. That's what the gimmick is. So yeah, Tank KOs him.
WCW wear shirts. Cool wrestlers. Yep.
don't have
Sticking
gear,
with
don't
that.
worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Then after that is the forgettable Sting Flair match that my note was meh.
It was a real Clash of the Champions 1 all over again. They went to a 45-minute draw. Sting was made a star.
Crowd was super hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flair wrestled in a shirt? I feel like Flair wrestled in a shirt.
No, you think of the last Nitro.
I'm pretty sure he wrestled
That
in
was
a
the
shirt
last
here.
Nitro. No, he wrestled.
I think he was shirtless here.
He was shirtless here,
Yeah.
I think.
He was definitely in a shirt on the last Nitro.
Yeah, for sure.
At Vince's request.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. He didn't want... Yeah, Vince like, you put a shirt on
But
like
then
an
he
old man.
continued to wrestle for years without a shirt.
That's correct. But last Nitro, shirt.
because Vince is a drunk.
Last match, last Nitro, put that man in a shirt. Put a shirt on him.
The wrong
Put her
son,
in a bra.
The wrong son died.
Put her in a bra.
And
And then the main.
then the main, which is Hogan and Sid against Jarrett and Steiner, which is...
This is the most justified heel turn in wrestling history. Hulk Hogan is an asshole
You don't say.
who upstages everyone.
You don't say.
Sid got mad
Yep.
and turned on him.
Yep.
100% justified. I am still on Team Sid. He's still the best guy in WCW.
I agree.
Hulk Hogan can eat
agree.
shit.
I agree.
I like
He
it.
upstaged Warrior at WrestleMania 6.
Yep.
You just watched
Rumble 91.
Rumble 91. Oh, no, sorry, World War 3.
Oh, World War III.
95.
World War III, yeah, whatever the second one is.
96.
96.
Giant won the first one.
Yeah, Giant won the first one.
Yeah, so World War 3 96, where Savage wins and Hogan upstages that fucker.
Yeah, like the whole match is literally to crown
About
a new
Hogan.
champion. The new champion is Macho Man, but the whole post-match bullshit is focus on Hogan.
Yeah.
And it's like once they get down to one ring, there's only a few guys left. Hogan's beating up the Dungeon of Doom guys. He dumps Zodiac. He dumps the Shark. He then goes under the bottom rope and beats up Shark and Zodiac back up the ramp.
Comes back
and
in.
during that time period, Savage chucks out whoever the last guy is. Bell rings. They raise Savage's arm to win the title. Hogan's got to come back in, slide back in. Brother, I didn't go over the top. I went underneath, brother. I went underneath. And they're like, sorry, like we didn't see you get eliminated because the refs were watching whatever. So it's like, no, brother, he wins. And he's like, then he spends I'm gonna say 15 minutes, going around the ring, like pointing at the crowd, like, "Did I go over, brother?" And then doing the hand motion. Did you see me go over, brother? And then he spends an additional 5 minutes going to the ref,
demonstrating,
grabbing the top rope, and then sliding under the bottom rope.
This is what I did.
Half of his body under the bottom rope, like, "I went under, brother." And then but he does it to all four sides.
I know I'm over, but I went under this
He's
side.
pointing to the crowd. He's like, "Did I go under, brother? Tell him, you gotta tell him, brother." And then Savage gets on the mic and says, like, "Look, like, refs made the call. I'm the champion, blah blah." So this is supposed to be like a moment for Savage because it's only second time he's won the WCW title, or the first time?
Maybe second. He probably had it in
I
95.
think he had it earlier, yes. This is the second time he's had it, but the whole thing is literally Hogan, like, "Tomorrow on Nitro, we're gonna watch the tapes, brother, and they're gonna show that I didn't go under, and then you're gonna be the man that you are. Give me that match." And then he, like, gives Mean Gene the mic and goes to leave, and Savage is like, "Hey, fuck you! This isn't your show. I get the final word."
I get the last word.
So Savage then cuts, like, a real quick promo about, like, whatever, we're bros, but, like, I won, I'm the champion, and then I'll give you a rematch or a title shot, blah blah, or whatever. But, like, the whole thing is about Hogan. It's not even about Savage winning the title.
I like that you said this is justified because Sid used to be Sid Justice.
Yes, it's justified. Yeah, this is all to say that Hogan deserved to get his ass kicked by Sid, and the match was a stupid DQ or something.
It's payback for the 92 Rumble.
It is payback for the 92 Rumble.
And also,
Absolutely.
And I'm maybe this is Hogan's trying to upstage him because he was mad that Sid kicked out of his leg drop at WrestleMania 8. All thanks to Papa Shango.
That was Mr. Shango's fault.
So good.
Yeah.
Did you call him Mr. Shango?
Mr. Shango.
What would you call him?
Papa?
I'm not friends with him. I'm not
Big
going
Papa.
to call him Papa.
Big Papa. That's what I'd call him.
I don't know the man. I call him Mr. Shango or Mr. Mustafa.
Mr. Mustafa.
Although that was someone else who teamed with New Jack. So it's confusing.
Mr. the Father.
So
Mr. Yamaguchi.
yeah,
Man.
so I guess I don't even actually know if Sid's a heel now or if he's just mad at Hogan.
No, because I think if he wasn't a heel,
like,
he would have beaten up Jarrett at the end.
Yeah.
Because Jarrett and Steiner were both still there.
Yeah, but like he didn't I don't remember Sid ever joining the NWO.
He didn't join the NWO, no, but I think
But
I think
does
he goes
go heel. Yeah.
But then it doesn't matter because, like, in 3 weeks when they do the rebrand, like, nothing matters. Like,
yeah.
everything just gets
That's
washed.
right, yeah.
Oh, the fans remember you as a heel like 2 weeks ago?
Don't
Guess
matter.
what? You're a face again.
Yep.
And then Sid will just go on being a face. Like,
Yeah, because basically in the rebrand, like, all heel and face alignments are determined based on age, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
All the old
New
guys
blood
are...
in the
all the old guys are...
Millionaires Club.
Yeah, but are they faces or heels?
They're faces.
And
then
the
the new
and
blood
the new guys are heels. Okay.
But the new blood also has old guys in it, so it's not like it really matters.
Yeah, the new blood also has, like, Shane Douglas and, like...
Buff.
Yeah. So, your mileage may vary with how new the blood is.
Yeah. How new the blood is.
Yep. And
I want me some of that new blood. Pump it into my veins.
So that was your March 20th, 2000 Nitro.
At this point, we're literally just building to not next week's, but
We're literally treading water.
2 weeks.
It's countdown to Russo.
Because once Russo comes, I feel like things are going to be more
Shit
entertaining.
picks up.
Because it's just going to be so...
I don't even know who's booking now. I don't know if it's like some weird combination of like...
It's got to be Kevin Sullivan.
Nash, Sullivan...
It's gotta be Kevin
Like,
Sullivan.
it's all over the place in
Well,
early
'cause, like,
2000.
2000. When did Benoit leave?
January 2000.
Yeah, and so Sullivan was booking...
That was Sullivan.
Then.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine it's March. He's probably
Yeah.
still booking.
And like Nash is involved and...
Yeah.
Maybe Terry Taylor's in there too. I don't fucking know. The whole thing's a mess.
Johnny Ace.
Maybe Johnny Ace, the most successful of the Laurinaitis
Yes.
brothers. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that needs doing. Why would we belabor the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is garbage. We hate our lives. I hate everything about everything in
It's
this.
the worst year of our life. See you later, dude dogs.